Have you ever wondered what the seafarers are eating while they are on board the vessel? Well, I will satisfy your curiosity in the following vlog, so stay tuned! Hello everyone, welcome to another vlog about the seaman's life. For those that are here for the first time, I am an electrical officer working on commercial fleet. That means chemical tankers, product tankers, bulk carriers, car carriers, container ships, and so on. It is important to say that because there is a big difference when we are talking about food between the commercial fleet and the passenger fleet. And you can imagine what the difference is. I have received these questions many times. What do we eat when we are on board the vessel? Well, I want to show you exactly. So maybe you will be coming on board anytime soon, or maybe you have friends who are seafarers and they are telling you stories. But in today's vlog, I want to show you exactly what we are eating. You will see different kinds of food prepared by our lovely Filipino cook. He is the chubby guy that you will see along with me in the vlog. And the most important thing to care about is that you do not have high expectations. The food is okay, but it's not the best quality. This is not a 5-star hotel. And another important thing to keep in mind is that this is not a restaurant and you cannot request what you want to eat. The chief cook will decide. Whenever you are coming on board, it is a lottery, so to say, what kind of chief cook you will find on board. Just like in life or just like in any other workplace. Some people come there just for the salary, and some people have a passion and they work with passion. And that shows. There is a misconception that seafarers are only eating fish. The fish that you are seeing in this vlog is bought. We did not fish it ourselves. Sometimes when we stay at anchor for a long time, we can fish. But of course, those are not our provisions. We have to buy our provisions. This is not a fishing boat. This is a commercial ship that has to make profit for the company. So fishing is not required, only if you want to spend time like that. And I repeat, only in anchor. You are not allowed to fish, and it's not even recommended to fish in the port. That is the most dirtiest water you will ever encounter. And I don't know, maybe you will fish some fish with legs or something. There is pollution all over the world nowadays. You are not safe anywhere. So, like I was saying, you will see for yourself during the vlog. There are different kinds of food. Nothing amazing, but it's okay. And we were lucky enough to find this chief cook that actually cares. The internet on board was not so great, but even so, the Filipino chief cook was searching new recipes on the internet to cook for us. He was trying to spice things up, you know. Sometimes you are unlucky to find a guy who only came on board just for the salary and he does not care so much. I had one of those guys, and while I stayed on that ship for about 5 months, at every meal we had fried potatoes, French fries. Every meal, French fries for 5 months. As you can imagine, after that contract, I did not want to see or hear about French fries for maybe 2 years. And most of the time, let's say, I don't know, 90% of the time, the chief cook will be Asian, either Indian, Filipino, Malaysian, something from that area. And he will mostly cook for the Asian people. Whatever he will make for us, for the Europeans, will be fried food. And overall, on board, the food that you will see will be fried because it's easier to make. But like I said, we were lucky to have this guy who actually cared, and he was doing his best. You can see that he actually was trying to make everybody happy. I am one of those people who tries to understand everybody, and I am thinking that if I was in his shoes, it is very difficult to satisfy 23 people. As a chief cook, you have to make different kinds of food to satisfy 22, 23 people on board. That is the whole crew on a commercial vessel. On the passenger vessels, like I was saying at the beginning, it's a different story. You have more than 1,000 crew members and different kinds of chief cooks, an assistant cook, and so on. On this vessel, we also had a messman, and he is very helpful for the chief cook because he is only one chief cook, and he has to cook for the ratings and also for the officers. I have been on vessels who were hiring 2 chief cooks. There was one for the officers and a different one for the ratings. And as you can imagine, it's much easier and the quality of the food will be much better. But anyway, regarding the vessel that I was on board in this vlog, there was a messman as well. That is very important for the chief cook. It takes a lot of load from his shoulder, and the messman was handling the desserts. You will see during the vlog some cakes, some donuts, desserts. He was not touching the main courses, and that is important as well for the crew, because for those who have never been on board and have only heard stories, life on board is very boring. You are stuck at sea for many months, away from your family and friends, and when you have something like you are seeing now, it can make you forget about your worries just for a few minutes. You get that sugar rush and you will feel happy for a few moments. This vlog includes my whole contract. That is why you are seeing a lot of different foods. But it is also a lottery what kind of company you will encounter if you are coming on board, I mean. Because some companies do not respect the crew so much, and the budget allocated for the food will not be enough. And it also depends what kind of captain you have on board. I have met captains even in this company who are cheapskates. Even if the company is giving enough food, he does not want to ask or to spend the whole budget allocated by the company for the crew's food, and he will reduce the food on board for the guys, and you will only have 2 meals per day and nothing in the fridge if you want to have a snack during the night. So what you are seeing here, it's kind of luxury. I know that it's not looking amazing, like I said before, but at least it's tasty. You put some salt, some condiments, it will have some taste. Never mind. It would not be like back home, but anyway, better than fried rice. Because if there is no budget allocated to have a variation in your food, you will only eat fried rice. That is the cheapest food possible. The provisions most of the time are bought from Asia, even the meat, the juices, and they are the lowest quality possible. I don't know if you have not figured it out by now. Everything in this world is about money. So of course these companies don't want to buy us the best food possible, but like I said, in this company you can see a variation in the food that we are eating, and that is still good enough. Trust me when I'm telling you, I have been in other companies, very bad companies. No point to name names, I will tell you that in private. And we were only eating fried rice, and the water was tank water. They were not buying tap water, bottled water, and it was full of rust. So as you can imagine, after a voyage like that, when you come back home, you will think twice about going at sea again. But anyway, one difficult thing about being a seafarer, if you are a vegetarian, you will have a very tough life on board. The vegetables that we receive will not last on board for a long time, maybe 2-3 weeks maximum. And then, maybe I have said before, but I will repeat myself, the provisions are coming every 3 months. And of course, the chief cook cannot give the vegetables only to you. He has to distribute it to the whole crew if you are the vegetarian on board. So you will have a tough life. Like I said, most of the food is fried. You will have a lot of fried fish and fried beef or chicken, and it will be difficult. I don't know what to tell you. And there is another thing I have seen in other vlogs, that some people are saying that sometimes they go in the galley and they cook themselves. That is not true all the time. It depends on the chief cook in the, I don't know, 90-95% of the time, because the chief cook would not want somebody in his galley making the rules and making better food than him. Then he will say, okay, why the company bring me here if you are the chief cook now? You stay on board and I will go home. And it depends a lot of the chief cook if he will allow you to make something. There can be exceptions when there is a party and he needs some assistance. He will allow you to cook something, or maybe he can take some suggestions, but that is not always the case. And like you are seeing now, sometimes we are lucky enough to have a party and you can see the abundance of food, and we have a wonderful time. We are all Christians on this ship, and we were celebrating Christmas, Easter, and since the budget was enough, we had just received provision, I think 1 week earlier. Then the captain allowed us to have this big party with lots of food. Don't think that you can have parties like this every week, because the provisions will not last forever, and like I said before, provisions are received every 3 months. If you are having a party like this every week, maybe in 1 month you will finish the whole provisions, and then the captain will be in a lot of trouble with the company. They will not allow you to do something like this. And that's about it regarding the food. I hope that I have answered all your questions regarding the food that we eat on board. If you have additional questions, I wait for you in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the vlog, and maybe you want to subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. Thank you very much for your attention and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.